Hello there, folks. My name is Spoonks, and I saw Sing 2, and it was very good. Now, going into this movie, I was really looking forward to it. Honestly think that the first Sing is one of the better Illumination films. I had a good time with it, and I was curious to see what they would do with the sequel. Not that I asked for it or anything, but the concept and what they showed from the trailers and all the advertising definitely intrigued me a bit. It definitely looked a little bit better than what the first film offered, and let me just say, not only did this movie exceed my expectations, and not only do I think this was better than the first, but it is honestly the best Illumination film since the first Despicable Me. Granted, that's not really hard to do given their track record, but still. First off, the animation looks stunning. At the time of this recording, this is the most expensive Illumination film to date, as it costed $85 million to make, and they really used that budget to its limits, as this is a gorgeous looking movie. The colors are bright and vibrant. I love the new locations we go into, specifically Red Shore City, which is basically just Animal Las Vegas, but it is such a gorgeous looking city. From the buildings and the architecture, it all looks so gorgeous. And even with the designs of the animals, we get a wide variety of new animals and designs, and they all look really cool. But where the animation truly shines is during that final performance. That's when they really went all out with the animation. It is just a full visual spectacle and really gorgeous and pretty. They really put on a delightful show there, and it goes full Madagascar 3, if you know what I mean. I also think the story has improved significantly. As a sequel, I think it did its job. It expanded on the world. We learned more about this world once again by going to this new city and seeing all these different characters and new locations, and learn more about how this city works and how everyone navigates throughout it, which was really cool. But I also found the story to be more focused, and the goals were more connected to the overall story, and I just really liked seeing all of these characters going through all these situations and hurtling through these obstacles, trying to get this show done and ready to satisfy the villain of the film. I thought it was all really fun and really entertaining, and it really reminded me of those segments during the Muppet Show where you see Kermit and the other actors getting ready for the next segment and making sure everything goes right for the show. That's really what I got out of it, except with this movie's own style and take on that sort of get the show ready, which I thought was handled very well and enough to differentiate from the Muppets. The characters have also massively improved here because we get to spend more time focusing and exploring their dilemmas, and they have much better arcs than the first one. Because of that, we get to see their struggles with not only how they're doing mentally, but also trying to get the show done, like I said earlier. And because the film takes its time to explore these characters' dilemmas a bit more, it results in these characters being more likable and well rounded. And even the new characters are also really likable, the standout being Clay Calloway, played by Bono, who really is the heart and soul of the film. Any scene with him and Ash just playing music or just talking is really the most emotional parts of the film that I felt, where they filmmakers were really trying their hardest, and those were really some of the highlights of the film in my opinion. And there's also a really great villain in here who is not only hilarious but also kind of threatening and intimidating, as he tries to kill a couple of the main characters on screen, which I felt added a lot to the stakes and the core conflict as well, which was also very good. Heck, even the songs I feel have massively improved. When the characters are singing them or practicing or performing them for the show, whenever the movie just shoehorns in a classic pop song, that's when it gets annoying. But more on that later. But as for right now, when the characters are practicing and performing the show with these songs, I felt that it really worked better because there's much more of a theme, and the songs felt much more natural to these characters, maybe because they're doing a show instead of a singing contest, so the song choices don't feel as random or different. than last time. But yeah, I really like the songs and the performances by the characters and the cast. They were all sung really well, and the scenes involving them singing were also really well animated and just looked gorgeous. Some of which I honestly preferred over the original songs. I'm sorry, Coldplay fans, but the Taron Egerton version of Sky Full of Stars is better than the original. Again, I'm sorry. However, I do not think this is a perfect film, as I do have a couple of issues with it. The first one being that it does carry two problems from the first movie that I had with it. The first one being that there are just simply way too many characters for this movie to handle. While I did like them and I didn't hate necessarily any of them, there are simply just way too many, and some of them can result in them being sidelined due to the massive amounts of arcs and storylines and plot lines it wants for these characters, which is rather unfortunate because, once again, I did like seeing old characters and even seeing these new characters interact with them. But yeah, it definitely felt like they were struggling at points to manage all of these characters for one movie. Another issue that is carried from the first one is that when the movie is just forcing songs randomly instead of like using like an actual score, and it's not like the characters practicing or performing for the show, that's when the songs feel annoying and forced, as it just feels like, hey, remember this song? We're gonna play it in this scene. How about this other song? We're gonna put it in this scene. It's like, yes, we get it. There's songs. Let's have the characters practice for them and serve a purpose for these songs being here, as opposed to just showing them in this movie. And my last couple of issues with this movie are that not every gag lands. There's some juvenile humor and some stupid kiddie jokes that are just forced in there and just not that funny. And I think it's a little too long. There are a couple of scenes that could have been cut out, and I feel like it would have made the film a bit better and a little bit tighter, if you will. But even with those flaws, I was still really impressed with Sing 2. The animation, the story, the characters, the songs have all received massive improvements over the original that honestly, once again, make it the best Illumination film since the first Despicable Me. I don't know what else to say with you people. I really enjoyed it, and I'm just as surprised as you that I enjoyed it this much. So yeah, I definitely say go check it out, give it a watch, give it a shot. I highly recommend it, and I think you all might be impressed with it too. I had a really good time with this movie. And those were my thoughts on Sing 2. What did you guys think of it if you've seen it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all of the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.